Hello, my name is Shahrul Iqbal bin Marwan Cebba. I am born and raised in Johor, Malaysia. I've completed my pre-university studies in the science stream of Johor Matriculation College with an earnest CGPA of 3.7. Now, you might be asking, why did you pursue law? Well, to that, I'd say I'm still figuring it out myself. I have many aspirations, and being a lawyer just so happened to be one of them. Just like with my matriculation qualifications, having a law degree allows me to branch out to other endeavors that I wish. Maybe I'll become a public defender, or maybe I'll start my own business. Either way, studying law is my first step to achieving my goals. Without a proper segue, let's just jump right into the question, shall we?
On 18th June 2022, Andika Bernadi offered to sell 3 albums collection of Lee Min Ho to Atika at 1,000 ringgit, which is 50% less than the market price. His offer was made by phone, and he also asked her to inform the acceptance through WhatsApp before or on 20th of June 2022. At the same time, he also posted an advertisement to sell those collections separately at Shopee and Lazada at a higher price. After 1 hour of posting, all the 3 albums were sold out. He even posted the albums to the buyer on the same day. He is about to inform Atika on the non-availability of the albums, but his internet connection was not good at that particular time, and he forgot to inform Atika after that. On 20th June morning, Atika called Andika to accept the offer and claimed that Andika had breached their contract when he sold the album to Atika's best friend without informing her earlier. She also claimed that she only knew the non-existence of the album when her friend came to her house on 19th of June to share her happiness. Atika demanded on the album, but Andika said that there was no contract between them, advised both parties on their rights.
This is an example of an issue relating to the breach of contract. However, we need to determine whether there was a valid contract to enforce in the first place. We will focus on 3 of the main elements of a valid contract, which are offer, consideration, and acceptance. An offer or a proposal is when a person do or don't do something at the behest of another person whom the act is directed to. When that proposal is accepted, it becomes a promise. When there is consideration for the promise, it becomes an agreement. And lastly, an enforceable agreement is a valid contract. Let's look at both sides. Andika claimed that there was no contract. This is because there was no agreement between them. Atika did not accept the offer earlier, and when she did, their albums collection, which is the consideration in his offer, does not exist at the time of her acceptance. The agreement, even if it exists, is void without the albums. On the other hand, Atika demanded the album and implied there was indeed a contract, since she accepted his offer within the time limit. Also, when Andika failed to inform her of the revocation, she was led to believe that the offer still stands. When there was no notice of revocation of the offer prior to her acceptance, the contract is deemed to be binding. At this point, Andika may cite Dickinson versus Dodds, where his promise to keep the offer up before or on the 20th was just that, a promise. The information of the non-existence of the album through Atika's friend on the 19th would be considered a communication of revocation. Through this principle, Andika will not be liable as there was no valid contract. However, Atika may relate the case of Stevenson, Jack and Co. versus McLean to the current issue. She can attest that there was no, in fact, clear revocation of the offer before she accepts it on the 20th. As such, the contract is a valid one and Andika would be held liable for breach of contract. Ultimately, it is up to the court to decide on the validity of the contract in question. It is, however, up to the lawyers to ensure that the rights of their client are protected. That is all from me. Thank you and goodbye.